All right, my mic on. We're back. Sorry about the hiatus. It's the first dropout we've had in 5 days of streaming. I guess I should be thankful, but you do what you can. You gotta do what you can. So we're back on, and the mission is to ride us through this current wave of heavy precipitation. We have in fact changed over to big wet flakes of snow. You see some of those there, actually. We've got more of this coming. The question is, could we see thunder snow this evening? We've got lightning occurring right now to our south near Bowling Green, Kentucky. All of that convective energy moving our way. It should make for a very interesting next hour or two. Hiatus. Let me do something with that volume there. There we go. All right. How are you guys doing this evening? Talk to me next hour. Thanks, Patty. Patty waited for me to come back. I appreciate you. Nothing in Rochester, she says. Now, Patty, your friends to the east about to get hammered. I think Oswego's expected about a foot. And Syracuse could have a foot and a half. Something like that. That lake effect machine. Brian says, seems like places they went to freezing rain is going back to snow. That is true. Now, if you were experiencing sleet, freezing rain earlier, you're now going to experience some snow. Likely, I think even into Louisville. If you live in Louisville, I want your report, because we're seeing this right now. This phenomenon known as I think our friend Brady from Sellersburg brought this up earlier on the previous feed. He talked about dynamic cooling, and that's when you pull down cold air from above to the point where it can change over sleet, freezing rain back over to snow. That's exactly what we're seeing. So I think we have an hour or two of more snow accumulations, and it could come down very, very heavily. I'm going to share with you guys a product here in a moment that actually breaks that down, something called CC, or a correlation coefficient, where you can see the demarcation in real-time radar of the different precipitation types, particularly when snow breaks down and turns over to sleet and freezing rain. You can see exactly where that occurs. I'm going to show you that on radar, because it is showing up on radar, and I think that's kind of interesting. We're going to get you caught up with, again, this convective band. Hopefully our stream is stable this time. I ended up resetting the entire system, so we should be good to go. But you never know. Just never know. So with that being said, let's go on over to our radar unit right now. And we've got WSV3, I think, standing on standby. Again, big system. Huge. Take a look at the size of this thing. I do have the fronts that are on there. That low pressure, which the visible lows actually keep not doing a great job of keeping up. But it does give you an idea. I'm going to go here to the last frame here. So this is where we're actually at. That low is actually in Memphis now. So I'm going to go ahead and take off those lows just because I think it makes it. There we go. So if you follow the lines of equal pressure, your low pressure is actually located right here, right over Memphis. So that is as advertised. That low is going to track due east across the state of Tennessee. And as it does that, it's going to bring up this convective band right through our area here. And I see convective band. It's producing strong to severe thunderstorms to the south right now. Illustrator's working properly. There it is. And so really, we talk about the main event. This is the main event. And when I say main event, I mean this is 1 inch, maybe 2-inch per hour snowfall rates. Now, I heard an echo. Are you all getting an echo? Is anybody getting an echo here? I thought I heard one for a second. I've become a little bit paranoid with my audio. Actually, I'm kind of paranoid about it, all my technical stuff right now after experiencing a little meltdown just moments ago. So hopefully we don't have an echo. Hopefully the sound is good. Hopefully the video is good. During this update, we're going to track this convective band. We're going to wait to see if we have actual thunder snow. And we're going to be able to see if we have thunder snow because we're going to take a live look outside. Where we are. It just won't happen here at the moment. All right, well, come on back to me. We have a live look coming for you, I promise. All right, yeah, system's running a little slow. It's making me a little nervous. I think we're okay, though. We've got 70 live, no echo. Thank you. Sleet again, says Matt. All right. Let's see. I gotta bring up my live shot again. It went down with the when the whole broadcast went down earlier. It went down. There it is. Live feed's back. Let me go back over to that shot. It's going to be black for just a second. I'm going to fix this. All right, give me just a moment. Here we go. And let's do that. Nope, not that. Let's do that. And boom. And there you go. We're back. And we missed the big flakes, man. Just moments ago, we had huge flakes out there. Here we go. All right, so let's see where they went. Okay, so it looks like the biggest thrust, the biggest area of convective precipitation is moving into southern Harrison County right now. I can show you that. Who do we have? We got thundering in Grayson County. All right, excellent. Glenda, what type of precipitation do we have down there in Grayson County? So what I'm looking at, so we've had these little convective pockets. You see the yellows, right? And that's when it changes over to snow because it's dynamic cooling. It's pulling down cold air from above. And now we have this larger one right here. Radcliffe to Corydon through Brandenburg, West Point. I'm really curious what this is going to bring us. All right, talk to me. Who do we have in the program? We will be watching radar, obviously, tracking the rain, the snow, and everything in between. Yes, I am multitasking. Always when you're doing this stuff. And then I'm going to show you some model data and any reports we're getting. If you have pictures or any information you'd like to share, I'm going to continually monitor the feed. Sleet and snow blowing in the knobs right now, says my sister Jessica. Thank you, Jess. The pretty good rain at the moment. Glenda, where are you at? Is it rain or is it freezing rain? Most areas I think are seeing freezing rain. Look at all that precipitation. It's heavy. It's heavy. Will we get a little lightning and thunder in here? Hello, Bobby. Good to have you on. Be checking in with our YouTube audience as well here in a few moments. How much snow have you all gotten so far? I think in the Louisville area, it's just about area-wide, reports 6 to 8 inches. Anybody have something different than that? All right, I got Slink over on YouTube right now. Thank you for being on. As always, appreciate the support. We were looking at some of the news feeds, and we'll come back to radar in a moment. Actually, I want to show you something first that is radar. I'm going to bring you back over to not our radar Omega, not our WSV3, but what I want to show you is our Gibson Ridge product. It's and have you guys ever heard of dual pole before? Dual pole, which is dual pole allows Doppler radar to scan these storms from multiple angles so that it can determine the size and shape of individual particles that are falling. So it can tell if it's a raindrop or a sleet pellet compared to a snowflake. And with that, you can determine where these transition zones are. And we have one in the area right now, so I thought it would be cool to share. So let me do that. All right, this is Gibson Ridge radar. See if it pops up for me, please. I know I'm using a lot of resources. Please don't get mad at me. Okay, I am low. I am very low on resources right now. All right, what do I have to shut something down? Give me a second. What can I shut down? Need a better computer. You have to upgrade these all the time. All right. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take down WSV3 because we're not going to use it for a moment. Okay. Bobby says freezing rain in E-Town. I have reports of as much as 1/3 of an inch of rain in E-Town. Is that what you guys are hearing? Is that what you have out there, Bobby? What type of glazing do we have? And I'm gonna be very cautious for a minute because I can hear my system. It's going, I mean, really fast. I have a lot of programs going. Maybe I'm pushing the system a little too much. That's okay. I'm trying to get rid of one of my radars that I know is a resource hog, and it's not wanting to go down. It's wanting to stay. It's trying to fight. All right. Let's see here. Yes, I want to exit you. All right, I appreciate the patience. We're going to get this. All right, yeah, you got to go. You got to go. Bye-bye. And yes, there it is. All right, go by. That should open us up. Whew, I really didn't want to lose another broadcast tonight. All right. Okay, so here I've got it for you. Okay, this shows exactly what's going on. This is really great. Let's see. So I've got 2 panels up here on the Gibson Ridge radar, and I'm going to try to maneuver these so you can see them a little bit better. There you go. How about that? So the one on the left is basic precipitation. You're used to seeing, reflectivity, precipitation, all that, right? So that's what you're seeing over here. Over here is what we call CC, or correlation coefficient. Now, with correlation coefficient, it determines the size of the particles, and with that, it can make a demarcation when these particles begin to change in shape, okay, change in consistency. And what that does is that produces a visible line that you can see on the radar. Now, if you're looking at the image on the right, you're already looking at that line. Do you see it? It's right there. So, no, not right there. Right there. Right here. You see that line? It's snaking through the area. This is the demarcation. And this may spell the end of heavy snow. However, as we've already seen, when you get that dynamic cooling that presents itself, it can sometimes back that line up. But right now, we're seeing the main thrust of the warm air above us moving in. So this will do one of two things. Either here real soon, we see it go back over to heavy snow in some areas, maybe even lightning and thunder, or we do transition back into sleet and freezing rain, and could be heavy, also with lightning and thunder. We'll see how it goes. Hello, Jessica. And Keith says he thinks he's got about 8 inches. Yeah, I bet you do, Keith. I bet. uh, there we go. Kedron says 8 in Jeff, 6 to 7 in Spencer County. And it's snowing heavy in Jeffersonville right now, which is what we're seeing. But again, with what we're seeing on our radar, are we not seeing that transition over to rain, sleet, freezing rain? And again, I want to look at my outside shot. So I'm going to go outside. Let's just take a look outside. Is it snowing or is it doing something else? It's not snowing. There is precipitation falling. So in fact, that would be sleet and freezing rain. And so I have verified with my eyes that we are seeing that transition right here in central Floyd County. So I imagine that's the case for a lot of folks. It doesn't mean you can't briefly at least go back over to heavy wet flakes of snow. But I would say my confidence is increasing that snow accumulation is going to be coming to a halt. At least that's the way it looks. I'm going to go over to the weather models, and then we're going to check up on what's happening elsewhere. We do have a tornado to show you, by the way. They are seeing severe weather to the south, and it looks like I'm getting some data. And on my X feed, it looks like a tornado has occurred in Lincoln County in Mississippi. Oh, excuse me, Arkansas. So let's do that, and then we'll go over to the weather model data. We want to focus not just on what's happening right now, because I'm on here because of what's happening right now, but I'm curious as to what's going to happen in the morning and how much more snow we could actually see. We are going to see more snow on the backside. As you guys probably know, this has been a pretty well advertised system. It's a massive, massive system. All right, I'm done playing around with our Gibson Ridge for the moment. Probably going to go back over to our other radar, but now I'm aware of my limitation in resources. So you guys have to just bear with me as I close programs down and open up other programs that I will be using. Because apparently I cannot run all of the programs at the same time. That seems to be frowned upon my system, or by my system, at least here at the moment. All right. Pensacola, what are you doing down there in Pensacola? You just bragging about how warm your weather is? That's Jim Major. And then Jessica says it keeps switching between the two here, between snow and freezing rain. I keep looking outside and I see we had big flakes about 20 minutes ago. Now it just looks like sleet. A little bit of sleet, a little bit of freezing rain. I'm going to show you that tornado video in just a second. We'll get to that in a moment. I want to go back over to the region we're on here. And taking a look at current WSV3 radar, showing this massive, massive system here. And let's go ahead and put that into motion, last 3 hours. There you go. And so we've talked about, this area of convection. Convection, it's precipitation forming through rising air action. See all that kind of pumping right up into our area. It's going up and over that cold dome that's in place right now. And that's what's creating the heavy pockets of precipitation. And that will create the possibility of lightning and thunder over the next hour or so. I've got my friend Robin Kuman on. Hello, Robin from New York State. How's the weather in Penfield, I'm wondering? Hope you guys are well. Miss you guys. All right, so the big system, low pressure, now located very close to Memphis, Tennessee. That low is going to stay south of the Kentucky-Tennessee line. Going to move across the state of Tennessee, then off to the east across the mid-Atlantic. You see that snow. I mean, it just goes on forever. And underneath that, we do still have a plethora of warnings to deal with. Weather Service has been busy. I just Talked to our friends over at the Louisville Weather Service shortly before I hopped on this broadcast. And getting reports of power outages out of Taylor County. You got trees and some lines down there. Reports of ice out of E-Town and Glasgow. About a third of an inch. We're getting reports out of Bowling Green of a half inch. A half inch of ice. And there are power outages in the Bowling Green area as well. Big system. It's going to take a little while for it to work its way through. Again, the main thrust of precipitation moving through the area now. Nashville's going to get a bunch of rain, Chris. That rain will be starting very shortly. You'll probably get some lightning and thunder. I think your severe threat where you're at is going to be pretty low. On the backside, you may see some flurry action. I don't think you'll see any accumulation, however. Got 4 inches already there, Southwest Virginia, near the Tennessee line. Okay. Appreciate that update. All right, let's go over to some of those news items, and then we'll get you over to what the weather models are saying. All right, here's that tornado out of Arkansas. All right, check this out. See that? All right, where are we at? Let's go. I don't hear any audio with this. Oh, you can see it though. There it is. Sure enough. Look at it. If you're complaining about the snow and the freezing rain, it could always be worse. Could always be one of these guys. So a rare January tornado right there. And that is out of Garrett Bridge, Arkansas, Lincoln County. So severe weather to the south right now. You got heavy rain in the middle. You got a heavy sleet and freezing rain above that. And then you have, I'll get this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states have declared an emergency. Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia, Kansas, and Arkansas, as well as Missouri. So you got 6 states have already declared an emergency. Looking at the feed here, somebody's got a cute kitty. Snowfall report there out of Cynthiana, Kentucky. What is that? About 5 inches. Okay. Oh, who's this person? From the Weather Channel. Who's oh wait, it's Jim Carrey. It's Jim Cantori, the Can Man. Are we supposed to be looking at Jim Cantori right now? It can't be good in Kansas City though. They'd be getting some of the worst weather. And it's never good when that guy shows up. I hope he sees some lightning. That's a famous shtick of his. Whenever lightning appears, he usually does like jumping jacks and some sort of a wild dance, and we're waiting for him to rip his clothes off and sprint off into the snow. But anyway, I know I shouldn't be laughing. There are a lot of people that are actually not enjoying this weather at all. I did just get a report from one of my good friends. They're off in the ditch right now. And you got to be careful. Roads are not going to get any better. They will get worse overnight tonight. Approximately 70 million Americans being affected by this storm, by the way. Storms affecting, 15, 20 states, if you include all the states being impacted by the severe weather, the strong and thunderstorms to the south. So it's a ton. It's an absolute ton. So enhanced risk of severe weather to the south as well. I'll mention that. I could actually probably show you that over here on the WSV3. Here we go. Got our convective outlook going here. Debbie says, I watched Jim. He hears thunder. Of course he did. He always hears thunder. All right, there's that area of severe weather. So all the winter weather to the north, right? As you head down here towards Jackson, Mississippi, that's an enhanced risk of severe weather. In the yellow, that is a slight risk of severe weather. It goes from New Orleans up to Memphis and west to near Houston. So not terribly common this time of the year to have that. All the frozen weather up to the north. That mixed bag, sleet, freezing rain, and snow, making its way into Evansville, into the Louisville market, Bowling Green. Looks like they're trying to show a little comeback to the snow down there. I wonder if they're having a little dynamic cooling as well. All right, let me pull up some of the weather model data and to give you an idea of what to expect through the morning. Because again, this storm, there's a lot to it. I mean, it goes way out there. And then if you, again, looking at all the warning information that's on here. And we don't have the current warnings up. I'm waiting for them to load. They may take a minute. And I've got them on another source if we need to go to that. Let's go back to that satellite image, though. Such an impressive system. All right, so where are we at? Thunder is rumbling like it does in the spring here in Buffalo, LaRue County. What type of precipitation are you seeing down there, Chris? Let me know. It's an impressive system. I mean, take a look at that thing. Powerful, powerful. That's the upper low right there spinning. You got the surface low that's down here near Memphis. So because these two low pressures are not stacked on top of each other, this is actually a sign of strengthening. So this storm is still getting its act together. All right. I wish I could have saw the Jim click, by the way, Debbie. Always love to see his reaction when he experiences thunder snow. The funniest thing. All right, I've got a volume issue here. Are you all you guys are not hearing feedback, are you? Let me make sure I got that all the way off. Okay, there we go. All right, looking for additional reports you guys may have. Yeah, I'm still hearing that. Why is that on? Fix that. Let's go ahead and mute all. Mute all and back to our picture, please. There we go. Looking good. Now I don't have the little echo in my ear. Okay, David, talking about Stephen Furtick. He's the pastor out of, is it Charlotte? Kind of reminds me of Jeremy ever became a preacher. I know the guy you're talking about. He's actually pretty good. He's also very controversial. So I haven't formed a firm opinion on him yet there, David, even though I acknowledge his talents. He is a talented speaker, if you've ever heard him. That's a pastor out of, I'm trying to remember the name of the church, Elevation Church, I believe, out of Charlotte. Okay, so with that being said, it is 5:30. Let's get into some model data. If you guys have other news information to share, I would love to be able to spread that on this program as well. So let's go into. Can we actually hear? Can I turn the? I might try to pop up the mic of Jim Cantori. let's see if we can hear what he says. Can you hear that? And we'll play it. You gotta go cut it. You have to cut the. Oh, there it is. That wasn't okay. That was the flag. Yes, it was. We just had it again. Can y'all hear that? Guys, that's number 7. That's number 7. Thundersnow here in Kansas City now. We had a couple of balls. Yes, it was. He gets real excited. Was that enough? That wasn't okay. That was the flag. Yes, it was. See? The can man. We just had it again. Guys, that's number 7. That's number 7. Thundersnow here in Kansas City now. A couple of balls. So this is the energy coming. Yeah, there you go. He's talking about the energy. It's coming in. I say energy may carry Jim away one day. Jim on here. Another Jim. Local weather reporters in the Pensacola area say our lows will be in the 20s most of the week. I know that's crazy cold for you guys. That's called winter up here. All right. Let's get into the model data. Where is this thing going? Big storm system. How much more snow are we expecting? And we'll put that focus on what's happening. I'm keeping an eye outside in case I go back over to heavy snow. If I do, I'm going to share with you. Okay, so this is the very latest run of the highest resolution model that we have at our disposals. I'm going to show that to you. Here we go. This is the HRRR. Okay, so this is what we just experienced. This is where we're at right now. 6, 7, 8. Here we go. And then by 7, this is by 7, excuse me. You can see that frozen line really advances northward. And the orange is all sleet. So by 7, so about an hour and a half from now, according to the HRRR, that's the high resolution rapid refresh model. The HRRR, you can see it carries that real heavy snow band, and it will be very intense here. So that goes across Jackson County, Knox County, and that goes east towards Covington, through Maysville, Portsmouth. So while that's occurring, we have all the sleet that's coming in behind it. That's in the orange. And then the freezing rain down there in the purple. And I think for Louisville, this is a sleet / freezing rain fest the rest of the night. By tomorrow, that'll change. Because in the morning, it's going to change back over to snow, which is what we're going to focus on now. So additional accumulation according to that. Again, most of the area has already picked up 6 to 8 inches of snowfall. So how much more are we expecting? Well, let's go into the future here. And again, sleet, freezing rain for most of the metropolitan area. It stays snow most of the time for Cincinnati. They probably have a little bit of sleet, freezing rain mixing in during the overnight period. You have some freezing drizzle. This looks like freezing drizzle overnight. Not going to really impact things too bad. A little bit of glazing, a little bit of accretion. And then by, it looks like about 14Z, sometime mid-morning tomorrow, 9, 10 a.m., changes back over to snow. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 hours of snow. And that looks to be light to moderate, so it's not going to be quite as crazy as what we saw today. As far as additional snow, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So by morning tomorrow, it doesn't go out far enough. Let me pull up the other model that's pretty good. This is the 3K NAM. I haven't seen what it says about the morning tomorrow. So we start at 2.3 and then we go to 4.7. So that's adding 2.5 inches. So take what you have right now, throw in about 1/4 inch of sleet and ice over the next several hours through tonight. And then you're going to add in another 2 to 3 inches of snow, according to this model, in the morning if you live in the Louisville metropolitan area. Yeah, at the end of the day, with all the cold air that we've got coming, this is just a huge, huge mess. And to make matters worse, this is just the beginning of a long cold spell. And according to the models, there may be more things coming our way. I don't want to lose focus on what's happening now, but it's always good to take a look ahead. And take a look at this. So European model from earlier. Let's see if I can pull up the current run. Can we get the current run? No. Okay. So we're going to take the 12Z run. This is the storm that we have now. Here it is. And including that batch of snow in the morning right there. And then look at this. We got another storm comes, this one out of the south, out of Texas. And we'll have to watch if this comes together, but this is going to be next weekend, next Friday, Saturday. Another system. Next Friday, Saturday, lots more cold. And you don't want to look, but there's another system after that. All right. It's going to be busy. This is this January, I think, is going to be a very serious one. Anyway, with that being said, let's see who we have. Well, I've got Susan. I'm a little jealous. No snow in New York. Stay safe, everyone. Sounds like it will be a very slippery mess. Absolutely. And especially considering, Susan, the people around here don't know how to drive in snow, unlike New York. Yeah. You know, I got to spend 3 years up there. And let me tell you, you guys are snow professionals. Upstate New York, you know what to do when it snows. You actually, you know, you don't freak out. I mean, they clear the roads like it's nobody's business up there. Around here, though, yeah, we don't know what we're doing. So it's just, it happens every few years. You get a big one like this, and everybody freaks out. Everybody, you know, it causes a big mess. Anyway, with that being said, it is 5:37. I'm going to go back over to local radar, and we don't see any signs of this thing going, you know, more heavy snow or any big issues. We'll probably let you go back to regular programming. Not sure if this will be my final update tonight or not. I haven't decided. But thank you for being on, by the way, each and every one of you. They do freak out, Susan. I'm telling you, they're terrible around here. All right. I'm going to see if I can't pull up the other radar I was telling you about. We'll take a look outside in the meantime. All right, check in with our friends over on YouTube over at it as well. I've got the Cipher. This is Brady. I found you on YouTube. Well, about time. Brady, thank you for being here, my friend. It looks like we're done, I think. We might be done with the snow. But we can go over some snowfall reports. Did I lose my feed again? No, I didn't. Ugh. Sorry, flipped out for a second. Can't blame me. All right, let's do some snowfall reports and current radar. And I'm telling you, Southern Indiana, I think, is in a sweet spot when it comes to overall totals in this bad boy. All right, here's that radar image we were using earlier, discovering where the rain snow line is, right? And it does look like, and I shouldn't say rain snow line because that's not accurate. It's mixed precip and snow line. But it's very obvious from this radar unit that this is the line right here. So areas east, Seymour, Scottsburg, Madison, LaGrange. Well, no, you're changing to LaGrange. But that's where the snow is, and we've gone over to mixed bag for all of this area. I don't know if we'll go back over or not. But anyway, with that being said, it's been quite the event. Let's put that into motion here. This is the Gibson Ridge radar. I'm sorry, it's mislabeled. Yeah, we're going to have these convected royals. So you could have a brief switch over to some, heavy flakes, but it won't last very long. All right, let's take a look at some of the snow reports. Let's go up to Indianapolis. We'll use the Indianapolis radar. See, again, Indy doesn't have nearly the amount of snow that we have down here. Indianapolis officially at the airport reporting. Is that at the airport? That's not at the airport. I have to look at the airport. I think it's over here. It is there. But we're getting 3 inches. South Indy getting 3 inches on the north side, 2.5 inches on the west side, a little bit more, it looks like, out towards Pittsburgh. But basically, you're talking about 2 to 4 inches in the Indianapolis area. 2.5 inches in Greenwood. Franklin, 4 inches. The further south you go, the deeper the snow gets. Bloomfield, 4.5. And then we know down near Louisville, those snow mounts, quite impressive. So far in Cincinnati, they're not that great yet. They will. They're definitely going to pick up here. Actually, I feel like they should have more snow than that by now. All right. Well, anyway, with that being said, that's what we've got going on. Let's take one last live look outside. And it looks like our population has shrunk a little bit here tonight, so we'll probably bring this one down in a little bit. Steve says, Jeremy is so freaking dramatic. So glad he's gone from New York. Well, thanks, Steve. And you don't have to be here, by the way. Anyway, I don't care. Susan says, my brother's in Virginia. Same thing. No one is used to driving in the snow. I know. It's terrible. It's just terrible. People around here, they start to see flurries. They start to crash. Mike, no, I'm not in New York anymore. Here you go. Steven, take your face mask off. Show your true self, buddy. With that being said, I'm going to let this one go because I've got to get with my kids who want to play in the snow. And we have to get some food, too. So we're going to do both of those things. And I just want to say thanks for being on. Thanks for being here tonight. Even our friend Steve Bach. Thanks for stopping by, Steve. It is 5:43. Unless I receive some crazy reports, I'll probably let this be the last broadcast of the day. We will be back on tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a little recap and we'll check out that morning round of snow. Again, an additional 1 to 3 inches, maybe 2 to 4. I like 2 to 3 inches of snow in the morning. But with that being said, that means this is going to be a very significant storm for the area. I didn't see what the official number was from the airport, but we were over 7. So if we get another 2-3 inches of snow, we could be looking at 9-10 inches. Yeah, that doesn't happen around here very often. All right, with that being said, thank you very much for being on. And we're going to close this show down, at least for now. You guys be careful. If you have to be on the roads, just take your time out there. Ultra slow. Remember your pets. They're very much affected by the cold. We've got a lot of cold coming after this as well. Check on Grandma. Make sure she's got heat. There have been some power outages. Check on your people. Make sure they're good. And anyway, in the meantime, you guys stay warm. Stay blessed. We'll talk to you soon.